What is up, everyone? Welcome to episode 2 of the BS Show. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Steven.
And today we're going to be talking about New York, concrete jungle where dreams are made of. And that's about it. I'm not a good singer. So
That was pretty good so far.
Thank you. I appreciate you lying to my face like that. You didn't have to, but you did. So thank you.
Dude.
Oh, man. So New York.
The
good
place
old
where we grew up and
the Big Apple. You know,
the biggest shithole.
The biggest shithole, dude. It really is just.
Were you born in New York or no?
I was born and raised. I'm here in Queens, born and raised Queens Village specifically.
There you go.
Right on Hillside is where I grew up a majority of my life and
Nice.
spent a lot of it on Jamaica Ave and.
Oh yeah, the fun parts.
Yeah, the super fun parts.
To
To some, it's Times Square for some, right? Once you go to the Jamaica Cineplex, that's Times Square. You can lie to anybody and they'll believe you at that point.
Yeah, you could also just buy anything from the guy sitting right outside the Jamaica
Also
Cineplex.
true, yeah. Dude, yeah, no. It's like, I feel the stereotypes that people read online about New York and how everyone's aggressive and, everyone's an asshole, 100% true.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I feel
Everybody's an asshole here.
it's like those, it's either they just ignore everything, which I feel is also a very New York thing to do. Just ignore everything that happens around you. And it reminds me of this time. Like, actually, I'm going to sidebar off on this one. But, like, one time I had this hot sauce eating competition at work where it was, like a really hot sauce. And we were drinking it at, like, spoonfuls.
Are we talking like sriracha? Or are we talking about like the last dab of
like, almost
hot
like
one?
that. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It was, like, the one right under it.
Okay.
So we bought that and we were taking spoonfuls. And I just remember, like, summary of the story is we all won because we all lived through it. And we were all good at the moment. Shit, maybe 2 hours down.
Yeah.
Oh.
That hurt coming
stomach
out.
pains, literally. No, dude, it felt like my stomach was exploding on the inside. It was like imploding. Like someone had grabbed my stomach and was just squeezing it. And I literally was in so much pain that I just, at 179, I put my duffel bag on the floor and I just laid down in the middle of the sidewalk. And I was looking up at the sky and I was just thinking, I'm like, damn, if I die here, this is This isn't that bad. The stars are nice.
And like every true New Yorker, everybody just walked by.
Everyone was passing.
And you're right at the train station. That's the F train right there.
Yeah, but I couldn't go. I couldn't move. So I was just stuck there and I was just like, damn, people are really just like going around me. And I get it. I think I would do the same thing if I saw someone.
I know I would.
Yeah.
Please tell me somebody gave you change.
No one gave me change.
You should have had a cup just next to you just in case.
I should have to throw up in so they can throw their change in my throw up. Yeah. And but like it was insane. Like everyone was passing by me, and the only thought I had, I'm like, yeah, no, this is about as New York as it gets.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, like especially around the subways, it's always very.
Well, subways you can see anything. I sent you the video last night of the guy. There was a guy getting tattooed right as the person walked out of the subway. If you could look it up, look it up. But that's the most New Yorker thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, dude, no, it's crazy what you see on the subway. It's unreal what you see on the subway.
Yeah.
It can vary from like a positive experience to a super negative experience.
I mean, I wouldn't say I've never had a positive experience, but I've had like normal indifferent experiences.
Okay.
And then just experiences where I'm questioning, why do I live here? Why am I on this train? Who are you people? What is going on?
I think everyone at some point has to ask that. Why am I living here? And I think the main thing to make a person ask that question to themselves is the rent. The rent is insane. You ever look at your bank account and you just go, what the? You can take this money and go to Maine and have a lobster farm.
Dude, I think a studio in a decent area, I think it's about 1,800.
Yeah, sounds
for a
about right.
studio.
Yeah.
A one bedroom, you're already looking at $2,000, and then up from there in a decent area. Yeah.
Insanity. The rent prices here are insane.
Yeah.
And then given everything you see online about it, you would think it'd be cheaper.
No, not at all.
It's just,
the nice apartments are $4,000 a month.
Yeah, I guess you're paying for the show, which is all of New York.
Which makes me think, like, what do these people do all day? Like, that you have an apartment that costs you $4,000 a month.
Right.
That's my paycheck.
Right.
I'm sorry. That's 2 of my paychecks and then some.
Like, yeah. No, it's bread. So the people who are here doing that, paying that kind of rent, they're set. And golden spoon in their mouth and golden butt plug in their ass.
And then they're taking the train, and then there's a homeless guy just sitting right there.
Just shitting.
Not
right
even.
There.
Yeah,
not even sitting. Just
right
shitting
there.
right there.
Or he's just laying down, taking up the whole fucking bench. And then you're just like sitting there, and you're like, "Are you shitting me right now?"
Yeah.
Like,
And some people don't care. Like they'll even if they see the homeless person sitting down, the main thing I've noticed is like they won't sit by the feet.
Yeah.
They'll sit by the head though, because
Yeah, nobody wants
whatever they're cooking down there. You don't want to sit next to that.
I think I get a herpes just sitting in the same spot that they sat in. I like when I see the homeless people stand up or whatever kind of shit they're on. I'm like, I don't need to sit.
Yeah,
I'm just like
very.
I'm going to get an STD just sitting on that chair.
And that's not even from the homeless people. That's just from people in New York.
Yeah,
it's insane. Like I've seen people lick the poles, like the handrails and stuff like that. I've seen people like clench it with their ass cheeks to hold on to it. Like it's weird. It's unreal.
I mean, I've never seen that because like usually when it's crowded, I'm just standing there like fuck this.
Right.
But then I don't have to hold on to a rail because everybody's just holding me up.
That is true.
But like
that's helping each other.
I mean, the worst thing I've ever seen. I think the worst thing I've ever seen, aside from a couple of fights, was a guy. It was like 2 a.m. I already forgot what train it was.
Yeah.
I was drunk on my way home. The guy who came in was even more drunk, hanging onto the pole, like literally on the floor on his knees, hunched over, and just vomiting into his hand, trying to catch the vomit so it doesn't hit the floor.
Oh no. He was a good Samaritan.
And everybody just sat there and looked at him and were like, we're not helping him. He's on his own.
What can you even do?
And I'm over here drunk. I'm like, I'm drunk, but I'm not that drunk. And I was like,
right.
Like a true New Yorker, you don't care no more. You're just like,
yeah, you kind of just let it rock. Yeah. I think the worst I've seen is I was on my way to work, and this is when I worked at Adidas. So I used to work in Soho specifically, like the Adidas original store.
Yeah, the 2-floor one, right?
No. There's like a store on Spring Street that's like only Adidas Originals clothing.
Yeah,
like the lifestyle brand.
I thought that was the one that's the 2 floors on the corner of Spring Street and something else I forget.
No, that's a Nike store. Are you talking about the one on Broadway in Houston?
Yeah.
That's the regular.
Oh, right.
Yeah. It's like a separate like boutique store that they have.
Sorry, my dog food is my
dog food. Sorry, my dog food.
My dog's food is dropping right now on the side.
But yeah, no, like I was going to work and I remember it was cold, it was winter time. I used to take the train at 179, so I used to take the F train all the way up.
Yeah.
So I'm going down the steps and I see a guy like at the bottom of the steps like laying down. It was like a Spanish dude. And my first thought was, oh, he's drunk. That's it.
Of course.
He's drunk, so I walked by and I was just like waiting for the train. Whole place is packed. No one's paying attention to him. So that's for some reason something compelled me to like just turn around and look at him.
Yeah.
And I was just staring at him and I was like, damn, his like chest isn't moving up or down. So I was thinking I was looking around at everyone and I was like, damn, do you guys see what I'm seeing? Anyone? So curiosity got so I walked up to him and I was like, hey bud. And then after a while I was just like, I put my hands underneath his nose to see nothing. And I kept it there and I'm like, damn dude, unless you're competing for like, longest breath holds of all time, you're doing a great job because you fooled me. But I kept it there for a bit and I'm like, damn, he's not breathing. So I was like looking around, I was looking for an MTA person. I was just like, hey, anyone?
Yeah.
And then someone popped up eventually and I was like, there's a person. They're like, oh, he's asleep. And I'm like, no, he's dead. He's not breathing. He hasn't been, like I've been there and I've seen him. He has not been breathing. I just put my, he's not breathing? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh, because I saw him there earlier. And I'm like, you didn't think to call someone? His head is like at the bottom of the step.
And usually if it's like an MTA guy, they usually move them.
Yeah.
They don't care. They're just like, get out of the way. Yeah.
So it was like insane that the person was like there and their head was like at the bottom of the steps. So it made me assume that he fell down the steps.
Yeah.
And he was in work clothes and everything. So it was just like, damn. Maybe he was going back home from work to see his kids, wife, or anything of that sort. It made me contemplate all these things, and I was like, you never really know.
Yeah.
And no one cared enough to find out.
That's like New York mentality. Nobody cares. Like, I'm trying to get to my work. I'm trying to get home. I'm just like, I don't care. And it's like, you know what's funny? It's like, I usually pass by all the homeless people, like, and everything, and I never think twice. Because, like, that's what you do in New York. Like, in New York, it's like, the bad part about living in New York is that we are on a clock at all times. Like I have to be at work at this time, so I have to get up at this time, and then I have to do all this, and then like I have to come home, and then I got to do more shit. And it's like I've been to other states, and other states are like super calm and taking their time. They're on Hawaiian time, and I'm over here like I'm New York. Like, come on, let's go.
Right. You know what it is also? I feel like New York desensitizes people to like just basic things. Yeah. Especially when you're on like when you're on the clock. for stuff.
Oh, definitely.
But when you are in those instances when you have downtime and stuff, you begin to worry about stuff where it's like, damn, it's -1 degree out. I hope those homeless people are okay. You know?
No, I don't think that.
I be thinking about that shit all the time. When they opened that pool in the city, that giant floating pool, I was like, why the fuck didn't they use that time to build shit for the homeless?
That sounds about right.
And I'm like, hey, classic New York, doing shit for them. Yeah, I got a bowl. Like all the New Yorkers were just like, yeah, pool. And then they were kicking the homeless people. It's like, get out of here.
Yeah, you know they put up these benches where they have like little spikes so the homeless people can't even lay down. And I'm just like thinking, like, what happens if you're like a pregnant woman or something? It's like, no.
Nothing.
No. Just to kick out the homeless people.
It's insane.
It's so weird. But then at the same time, it's funny because it's like the homeless people will literally walk up to you to your face and be like, "You got some money? I want some money." He's like, "I see you got money." Like, or
that's for sure.
They're like asking you straight up for crack.
Or they'll insult you and they'll berate you and stuff because they're also purebred New Yorkers.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the beauty of New York.
Yeah, and they don't
the
care
circle of life. No, but it's crazy. It's insane how New York like kind of openly hates homeless people. Yeah. But at the same time, the reason it's like that is because New York is so awful to live in. Yeah. That it kind of like it adds to it.
Yeah, people and then become homeless because of this place. And unfortunately, they don't actually help their own situation either because it's like it's so hard because everybody's so rude to you, and it's like one of those things where it's like if you don't respect me, how am I supposed to respect you?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then so like it just they do turn it back, and sometimes they go 100 on that or even more. And it's like, all right, you need to chill the fuck out. Like, I know I don't care about you, but you need to bring it down if you want to.
Like, how do you expect me to? Why would you come up to me and ask me for anything if you're gonna be like this the whole time? Yeah. If you're at 100 from the beginning, then what do you expect in return? Yeah. Like, I definitely do get that, but I also get like they've been on the streets for a while and people don't interact nicely with homeless people.
Yeah. And it's funny because like 2022 homeless people are so different from like 90s homeless people because 2022 homeless people have iPhones.
Howdy.
I don't think you can see her on the camera, but my dog is just coming up on the side. She's smelling her treat.
Oh, that's why. So not for me.
But no, man. Homeless people don't turn down, and it's like you kind of think. No, I hope you can see her in the camera. I think you can just right on the
little bit. Oh, there you go.
But yeah, they don't turn down, and it makes it hard. It makes it hard for them, and it makes it hard for us. And it's like it's so different, and it's sometimes they're funny, sometimes they're wild. And like every just give her the tree. Just throw it over there. Bothering the shit out of me.
No, I agree. It's very like indifferent. Whenever I have like a pleasant experience, I tend to sometimes I used to do it a lot, not as much anymore. But I used to buy meals. Yeah. In general, and I would just go sit down with the homeless people and just talk to them, just see what's up with life.
I mean, I have bought meals for them where I'm like, I'm just like I have to. So one time I had to go into a McDonald's. I had to piss real bad. And I had to buy something. I was like, I'm not hungry. So I was like, fuck it. I got him like a chicken nugget meal. And I gave it to the guy outside after I used the bathroom and all that. And I just gave it to him. I was like, here you go. And then I just like left. But I never sat down and spoke with anyone.
Oh, yeah, no, it's interesting. It's very, I always have questions whenever I see stuff. So whenever I see a homeless person and whenever I got time and money, I just kind of buy an extra meal. And I'm like, hey, you mind if I sit down and eat with you? And they're going to say, they usually say, yeah, I sit down and we just talk. Like I just talk. You know, it's regular conversation sometimes flows, and sometimes they do feel they want to share how they got there, or like stuff like that, or what they used to do. And it's insane the stories you get out of them because a lot of these things they're victims of circumstance. Yeah. Some of these things really are. It's not that they were bad with their money. It's not that they were thinking. It's just sometimes all it took was one thing to ruin their life. Definitely. And then sometimes you can't recover from that. Yeah. And it shows through and through there. And then not only that, but you're never given an opportunity to do anything else with your life again after that. It really is just like. This thing that I couldn't control happened to me, and no one gave me a hand. No one helped me. I couldn't do anything. I spiraled, and now I'm at this point where I can't shower. I can't go to a job interview because I can't do this. I can't, and it's like, damn, yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, and it always made me think, like, damn, if I had an open house, like anywhere, I would just give the opportunity for people to shower. Like, fuck it, that's all they need sometimes. Yeah, a shower's a life changing.
But doesn't that scare you too? Like being a New Yorker is like, yo, it takes one little thing, and I'll be in that position. And it's like nothing bad with that person, but it's like you're afraid for yourself that you have to, which I think is another reason that we're such like on the clock people about like work and stuff because it's like. Unfortunately, I don't want to end up in that position myself. So that kind of like
we really are living paycheck to paycheck a majority of the time. Yeah, like a majority of people that live in the city and on the outskirts, whether it be Queens, the Bronx, are living paycheck to paycheck. They're not leisurely. They're not making this shit ton of money that they're able to like leisurely go like, fuck, let's go to a yacht party.
Imagine.
No, yeah,
I've never been to a yacht party.
I've never been to a yacht party. So, but like, it's insane because we're all living paycheck to paycheck, and it really is just. You gotta budget yourself. You gotta actively partake in this whole thing of life while people are just making enough money that they never have to care about that shit.
Yeah. That's true.
I know people that moved here from other states and they're set because their parents give them everything.
Yeah.
And they're
never
gonna.
We call them transplants.
Transplants, yeah.
Yeah.
They're never gonna experience a struggle of like growing up here with immigrant kids.
They're
and
like,
stuff
oh my god, I moved to the East Village for like the ambiance, and I have this open brick wall, and it's like you can see the art in it, and I'm over here sitting like, how the fuck are you not cold?
Right. Like that shit is retaining the cold. What are you talking about? You can see the art in it. I'm like, bro, I'm pretty sure the people complained about that at some point.
I don't think their apartment is bigger than this table either. So
no, it's a closet. It's a walk-in closet that they live in.
You ever seen Futurama? Where
where
Fry was living in that closet? That's New York.
Yes.
And then it just takes one button, and Bender's like, no, there's a whole other.
No, this is my closet. Yes. I don't know why'd you want to live in the closet.
That's New York. That's quintessential New York. It's like that back closet costs $4,000, but this little small,
tiny ass space is like,
that alone is $2,000.
It's crazy, and it's dream crushing because I'm 100% sure people think they come here and they're gonna be like, I'm gonna be an actor. I'm gonna be the next Robert De Niro. I don't know why I thought that first, but Robert De Niro.
He is a New Yorker.
Yeah, well, there you go.
He lives on the Upper West Side, if I remember right.
Oh, does he? Oh, shit, I did not know that.
I think he does. I'm very positive he has like an apartment or so up there.
Okay, yeah, I'd believe it. Yeah. And it's like, people come here with dreams like New York, concrete jungle. Where they expect it, and they expect it to be that easy.
And then they just see a rat that's just as big as them pass by, and they're like, never mind.
With like Instagram followers, like more Instagram followers than them, and it's like, yeah, never mind. I'm not gonna get that many.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Like people are like, oh no, you don't see rats in New York, and then you see like the mafia of rats come up. You see the kingpin. All over. Yeah, it makes it look like Ratatouille, but like. Thug.
It's really funny. Yeah, because it really is like oh, New York is clean, and then literally any park, Bryant Park, such a beautiful park. If you sit down there on the chairs a couple of seconds, you'll see like rats hopping through the grass.
Yes.
And that's kind of their thing. They just do that. Yeah. And that's in every park. It's not a new thing.
Yeah.
You go in Central Park, you lay down and you have a picnic.
Yeah.
There will be a rat at some point popping up, just creeping around, just doing its own thing. It just is. It's part of the ecosystem.
I know, right? Yeah, and then it's like rats and pigeons are like they're more New Yorker than New Yorkers.
Oh, absolutely.
Because a pigeon is like you ever seen Animaniacs? You know Goodfellas?
Yeah.
Good Feathers?
Yeah.
Okay, those I believe that is real. Because pigeons in New York are one out of two things. They're either part of the Good Feathers or they're surveillance cameras, and both of them are completely possible here. Right?
That is
true.
That is true.
It's like a pigeon will fly into you and be like, what the fuck? Why were you getting in my way?
Yeah. They do not care. They'll fly next to your head and like, it's crazy.
And smack you with their wing. Be like, get out of here.
Yeah. Oh my God. You transplant. Get out of here. It's insane. Yeah, they're so comfortable with people. Like it blows my mind.
Yeah.
And I remember like when I used to wait just randomly.
Yeah.
I'd be standing and like a pigeon would just jump on my shoe and jump off, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, get off of me.
Parkour.
Yeah, you're parkouring on me. Get out of here. And you're like, come on, get out of here.
And like you're just walking down the street, and they're just blocking the whole way, and they're like, I'm walking here.
Yeah, no, they do not care, and they take the train with you. They like. They really do be chilling on the fucking subway.
For real.
Just it's crazy. I took the 7 train like literally at the beginning of this week on Monday, and the pigeon instead of flying up the steps was just like jumping up the steps, and then when it got to the top, it just started flying, and I was like, what the fuck was the point of that, bro? What did you evolve and devolve at the same time? Like, what is that? You have wings for what? You could have flew up Why'd you jump?
Because why not?
Yeah, I guess
it's a daily exercise. He's got to get it in.
You have a point. Yeah,
1,000 steps a day, right?
You're
1,000
right.
hops a day.
Who am I to judge, right? Who am I to? He probably had his Apple Watch around his fucking feet.
Yo, he probably does.
Yeah, that's his like ankle monitor.
I wonder what's the bigger mafia, the rats or the pigeons? I guess it's like they're separate, right?
Yeah.
The rats own the underground and the pigeons own the above ground.
Yeah, I guess so. yeah, that's actually about right. The fucking shitty pigeon mafia. All they do is shit on stuff.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I could do
that. Actually, for Anna.
I got shit on the face.
That's good luck.
She was like watching. No, but it was like she was walking and she had her mask and it had a little gap and the shit came right into her mask.
It hit my nose and went down into my mask. myself.
Oh my
Yes.
god, no.
It was so bad. And it wasn't like the regular, like, black and white bird shit
Yeah,
you see.
they
It
had
was,
like a full
brown.
course meal.
Oh.
I was like, why?
Oh, they ate curry. Oh, jeez. Yeah.
They ate one of the New York rats.
It has to
God.
be that.
I believe that.
Oh, that's so disgusting.
Like part of it's just turf wars between them, and you know that's just what's left over.
Yeah, because the rats here are aggressive. They fight everyone.
Oh, they fight each other.
As
They
soon as
fight
you get in their
pigeons,
way, they like start attacking you.
Yeah.
It's
At least the
interesting,
pigeon would
like-
just be like, "Fuck off." The
Yeah.
rat would be like, "Oh, I'm gonna stab you."
Yeah, yeah.
The rats are the real thugs. They're the real G's.
They just like hop on you and like start like attacking your leg, and it's like, damn. You think I won't go down there and uppercut you? Like, I'll really chin check your shit. Like, don't do that to me, bro. I'll fuck you up. Or I'll fuck up a rat. I've told you guys, I'll beat up a giraffe too. I
Oh
don't.
shit!
I'm telling you, all these scenarios in my head, you're not ready. All
Just
these
roundhouse-
animals that I could beat
Roundhouse
up.
kick and just go all the way over there. It's like a soccer player. Just
Literally, yeah. These rats are not ready.
You ever punch a pigeon?
No.
No, you never smacked one out of this guy. I have.
No, really?
I have.
I
When a
like
pigeon was
birds too
coming
much
my
to
way,
do
I just
that.
bitch slapped it. I was just like,
Really?
get out of my way. Like, I'm not in the mood today.
Jesus.
Actually, I used to go to Hunter College, and it's on 68th in Lexington, and they have
Yeah,
these
yeah.
glass bridges, and so the glass apparently is so clear, like you could see all the way down. I could see
Yeah.
like almost a MetLife building
Oh shit.
from Hunter, and in the summer.
Mm.
The birds would just smack into the thing.
Jeez, just straight up die. Like,
And we're on the 4th or 5th floor.
yeah.
And it would just smack right into it and then just fall. But you don't know what happens after it falls. You don't know if it recovered or
Right.
not. But by the end of the summer, you would just see outlines of the bird, their face, and the wings on the wing. And it wouldn't be one. I'm talking multiple. Like somebody grabbed the stamp and went click, 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 like throughout that whole entire bridge, man.
Oh no, poor.
And it would be funny because like sometimes you're just sitting there chilling, talking to your
Yeah,
friends,
yeah.
and here's just, and you're just like, there goes another one.
Oh, casual. There goes another one.
Yeah,
And
you're just
another
like,
one.
whatever.
And another one. Dude, that's so upsetting. Poor fucking birds.
Yeah, anybody who went to Hunter College, they'll comment below this video and
And
just be
they're-
like, "Yeah, no,
confirm
that's
it.
that's so true." Like, good memories. Like,
Jeez.
like you feel
Oh,
bad, but at the
great
same,
memories.
great memories.
You remember that time when that pigeon killed itself, like crashing into it while we were talking while we were studying for a test? Great
I'm
memories.
pretty sure that's real. Yeah.
I think I'll share that with my kids.
But like that's New York, but that's a New Yorker in all of us. Like you're desensitized, so
Yeah,
you're just
yeah,
like
yeah.
whatever. Just
Completely.
another pigeon hit the bridge. Oh wow.
Another one bites the dust, I guess.
You know, yeah.
Literally, it's so fucking stupid. I hate it. Oh
That's
my
really,
god!
but like that's New York mentality. You're just like whatever.
It's like a very keep moving forward mentality.
Definitely, because
So maybe that's why I do think a lot of successful people do come out of New York.
yeah,
It's because of the fact that we're taught to hustle from young.
yeah, and
Like,
you're
you
just
know,
like
sell
I
what you
just
can.
got to do what I got to do.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yes, I got to do what I got to do. You got to do whatever it takes.
Yeah,
You know, you don't want to struggle. You don't want to keep living paycheck to paycheck. You want to move up from that.
even though you keep living paycheck to
Yeah,
paycheck,
yeah.
even when you move up.
You
What
move,
is it making? More money, more problems.
more taxes.
More
Like,
taxes.
oh my god, it is disgusting. It's appalling. New York could do better. Disgusting. 0 out of 10.
I mean, that's why people are like, we have friends in Texas that are like, yeah, I know, I have a job like this much, and
Yeah.
I'm living that good. And I'm like,
And they're
I
chilling,
get paid
dude.
like twice more than you, and I'm suffering. Like, what the hell?
dude.
It makes me jealous.
All the money just flies away as soon as you get paid.
Yeah, right.
It's disgusting.
That actually, I got paid today, and literally,
And it's gone.
more than half went towards bills.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Like literally, more than half went towards bills, and now I have another half that I just spent on food. So, dude, I gotta feed my stomach first, and it's bad.
Yeah, you know
I
what?
think
That's
where,
worth it.
Actually,
Worth it,
that's where
though.
all my money goes. It's literally towards food.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Because New York in general has great food.
Dude, we definitely do.
We
I
are
am ready to
a
make a
beautiful
food vlog
There you
just
go.
for like all the restaurants that me and Anna go
Yeah,
to
yeah.
because
Okay.
like we have been to like some really good stuff,
Yeah.
man. And it's like I'll be honest, and I've been to other countries, and weirdly enough, I still prefer New York food over other
Damn.
countries, hands down. And
Interesting.
and it's funny because we sometimes, not always, can beat other countries at their own food.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like
Very big
I was
claim.
watching oh dude, you know the guy from Bar Rescue?
John Taffer.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, it was him and like a world-renowned chef from England, and they were just having a beer, and the guy from England was just like, "You're just drinking a lot of beer because that's all you got. That's all you Americans do. And he's like, well, you guys aren't doing any better. You guys have such a bland food that you have to drink. And he's like, we have the top 10 restaurants in the world in England. And he's like, and what do they cook? And he's like, French food.
Yeah. It's like, right.
It's like, and they just thought about it and they just start blasting out laughing because it's like, damn. That
so
means
true,
that like
though.
the top 10 French restaurants are not even in France, and I feel like New York is the same way with like other restaurants.
Right. That makes sense because we get people from all over. That's
Yeah.
probably why they get to expand on the
melting
palate
pot.
so much. Yeah.
That's the
It
good
is.
part. Like at least we can go down the street, and even though we don't care about the homeless person we pass by, you can meet like this straight fresh off the boat, like
Yeah.
Italian, German, whatever you name, any
Yeah,
country
yeah.
you want, and they have like an interesting story as well, and it's like so cool.
It really is very culturally diverse. That's why I think it was great growing up here because I never went in with like a very closed mind.
Yeah.
I was always open minded growing up here because all the friends I grew up with were from all over. I had Indian friends, Guyanese friends, black friends, Spanish friends.
I went to an all-white school.
Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This was like that for you.
I literally, I was one out of like maybe 10 Spanish people.
Oh wow.
And then like there's only 2 other Indian people and half. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. It was like more than half like white, and then everything denominated where it was like black kids, Asian kids, everything else.
Oh damn.
Literally in that
Damn.
order.
Damn. No, for me it was completely different. I went to like a predominantly like just black
Everything.
and like Hispanic school, so I was just all over. Like I
I
was.
feel like I
so-
missed out sometimes.
Did maybe not. You never really know. I guess the
'cause,
experiences
like-
were definitely different for
Yeah,
sure.
it's like in school experiences, I don't have too much. Outside of school experiences, I have a lot, and sometimes more than other people, weirdly enough. But that's just like the New Yorker stuff.
yeah, it's just like a lot happens. It
Yeah.
really is like a GTA. New York is just
Except
a
we're not
GTA
just like,
server.
but we're not just jacking cars and driving down the street
As
like
far
a
as
maniac.
the people know, right? As
Just-
far as
we haven't
anyone
gotten
knows.
caught yet.
Right, and this is a
Right.
joke for legal sake. This is
Sure.
a joke. But yeah, no, it was great growing up here. I definitely do think it left me with an open mind, and I think that's why I continue living the way that I do.
Yeah.
It's like I never have judgment for anyone doing anything. It's pretty much I just want to know like why, like
Yeah.
interesting why or what does it do for you? Is it like something behind it? Blah blah blah. It leads me into this whole like open thing, which is why I guess like I'm harsh when I'm pissed off.
Yeah.
Obviously, like
But that's
I just
like
like
everybody.
that's everyone. But then I'm very open minded to everything.
Yes.
The only thing I won't be is very like I'm not a fan of people who are immediately abrasive, but I feel like that's everyone.
That's a lot of people,
Yeah, yeah,
especially in
because
like
out here-
Jamaica area where you said you
Yeah,
grew
yeah,
up in.
yeah.
That is
Yeah, everyone's
so
very quick
common.
to violence.
Yeah.
So it's either you de-escalate the situation or you remove yourself from the situation.
Yeah.
And pretty much growing up like that is very interesting because it always leaves you in like this fight or flight mentality where it's like, damn, I don't know if I stared at you for longer than a second.
Yo,
so I
for
don't know
real,
if we're gonna
isn't
fight
there-
or not.
I think there is a 3-second rule in New York, right? If you stare at somebody for 3 seconds or longer,
I'd
it's a fight
argue
on
it's
site.
like 2 seconds.
It's
I'd argue
2
it's,
seconds.
it's a
a
2 second
fight,
window.
It's
Yeah.
fight on site, right?
Yeah, it's a 2 second window because if it's longer than 2 seconds, it's pretty much just like you either want something.
What happens if the person is just zoning out? It's happened to me so many times where
It
I'm just
happens.
like, I'm like this, and you can even wave your hand. And I'm just like, no.
It happens, and
Yeah.
then no one's gonna acknowledge. No one cares.
Yeah.
Again, that's not on them. They just want to fight you because you did it for too long.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Like growing up like that, it really does like put this whole like you got to be aware at all times, at all things. And I find myself like I still constantly when I was going to therapy, I used to tell my therapist that I'm like I do kind of constantly like still scope out the area when I go to places. I kind of always just like I have conversation and I'm just like moving my head around and just like
Swivel.
yeah,
no.
just to make sure like we're good.
Yeah, it's like no drive by.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And it's just like I was telling her, I'm like, it's just weird that that's like programmed into me.
Yeah.
That's just like the common thing that I have to do.
Yeah.
Like when I go anywhere, it's not like I can be, and I feel like I'm pretty relaxed in these situations. But I guess subconsciously I'm not. Subconsciously I'm like alert, and my third eye is like, downloading the area, like making
You have
sure
like
I don't.
eyes on the back of your
Right,
head. just,
right,
like,
right.
Paying attention at all times.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Growing up, you ever heard like some? You know what's funny? I just thought about this because we were talking about growing up in like, especially in Jamaica. Like, how often do you actually speak like straight up slang versus how much you actually speak like correctly? I guess I wouldn't say correctly, but like
right.
common English versus
just
slang.
less. Yeah. So, what's it called? It's called like code switching.
Yeah.
So when I was
Yes.
younger, I used to be very like I just spoke in slang because of where the friends that I had and who I grew up with and stuff like that. I just spoke slang. I was throwing out all these like ebonics and all that, whatever slang words and all that. And you know, when you get home, you don't speak like that. But then again, when I get home, I speak Spanish. So
exactly, me too.
Yeah. But when I speak to adults, you know, I wouldn't say the same things I say to my friends.
But there are people who do that.
There are, and they are. There are people who do that, and it's like, and it's
like
weird.
They just come home, yo, what's up, my G?
Yeah.
It's like to your dad, and he's just looking, and he's like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, that's like whole thing. Like, no, for me, it was just like I would always. It was implanted in me that you have to respect your elders. And like, why would I talk to them like I talk to my friends? I would just be like, yes, blah blah. And then at some point, like I guess around high school is when I started just speaking the way I do now. Yeah. And now it's very.
For me, it was the opposite.
It's just proper for me.
As a kid, I spoke very proper, and then in high school, I started speaking like an idiot.
Oh, okay.
Not like,
you started like
I started saying slang words that like didn't even make sense to me.
Oh, okay.
And then like by the end of high school, I was like, "Yo, it's fucking brick outside, dead ass."
Dead ass. Facts outside, east side. Yeah.
Like, nobody says I'm livid. I'm tight.
I'm tight. Yeah, you're right.
But now as an adult, I'm like, yo, I'm livid right now. I'm like, fuck.
I still like casually say like I'm tight or I'm like, I'm tight. Facts, dead ass, stuff like that. I
dead
still
ass
say
is the most New York thing ever, though.
Yeah.
If you ever take dead ass outside of New York, everyone's gonna be looking at you and be like, what are you talking about? Dead ass though.
Yeah. I like.
And then it's like sometimes it'll be like that ass though. Yeah.
It is like that. It's so like interesting actually. Now that you're putting it into perspective, like I still now the fact that I still throw those words like in my regular whatever it is.
It slipped on me at work.
Yeah.
Sometimes somebody just like comes up to me and I'm like, yo, facts. And then they look at me for a second. I'm like, I'm sorry. Right? All winter, I've been coming in. I'm like, it's brick. What the hell? Why is it this cold?
Right. It's brick dick, as like you used to say before. Dude, yeah. I don't know. Brick never like stuck with me like that. For some reason, I just say it's cold.
Me and my friends just send each other a picture of a brick.
Of a brick, right? Yeah. I remember that was like a big. It's just a picture right there. It's brick. But that's funny to.
You're wearing your Timbs.
Yeah. Oh,
hanging out with the homies.
Staple. Tim's and just big bubble jacket.
Yes.
I remember I used to get stopped so much for wearing my bubble jacket.
Really?
It's because I looked old when I was young.
Damn.
I was like in high school and I had a full beard. And,
I already
like,
thought that you were
kids.
like undercover cop.
Yeah. I was literally like in high school with 7 kids probably. Like that's what I looked like. I would be standing outside my school like just waiting for a friend and the police would be like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And I'm like, I'm waiting for a friend. They're like, you're not supposed to be here. Like, it's a high school. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm a high school student. And they're like, oh, yeah. And they would check me. And I'd be like, yeah, here's my fucking ID. You moron. You, like...
Did they, like, ever search you more than once? Like, was it always the same guy? Or was it
No, it's different people.
That would be so funny if it was the same guy.
It would be, actually. But, like, no, it's different. Like, I've been searched multiple times. It's just, like, I don't know. I guess it's the way I dress and carry myself.
Yeah.
And I'd be walking around at night, so I'm not making anyone comfortable. Like, I'm not doing myself a favor.
Just doing Wu-Tang shit.
Yeah. Just being active, I guess, at night. But it's weird, like...
Except for that one time you were in a sriracha costume. While all your friends were...
Dude, that was so
I'm never going to let
stupid.
that story go.
That was
all your friends are dressed normal, and you're just in a sriracha costume, all in a car, just, like, scoping out the place.
Yeah. Well, that was a memorable night for everyone.
Exactly. The only time that you actually looked like you belonged in high school.
Yeah. That sounds about right. What a crazy time that was. What a crazy time anything is here. Like, now that I think of it, half of these situations that happen don't sound real.
Yeah, definitely.
You don't expect a lot of things.
It only happens in New York.
Yeah, right. Like, pretty much. It's crazy.
It's like, oh, you never had that in your state? Like, yeah, in New York, it happens every night, whatever. Yeah. And everybody's like, nah, at 9 p.m., we're all home and everything. And like 9 p.m., dude, there's like 6 people outside my door waiting for me. Like,
yeah. You know what I'm a big fan of?
One of them screaming, you're...
Yeah. You know what I'm a big fan of? Like specifically like that. With people in New York, like how accurate the roasting is for
New York
go above
roasting
and
is
beyond.
number 1, hands down. I don't care what anybody says. We're better than the Yo Mama show.
Oh, absolutely. It's insane how informed we are about the world to get these roasts like that pinpoint accurate.
Definitely.
Where it's like people search up historical facts and be like, you were under the Ottoman Empire and fucking like continue. Yes. And it's like, wow, you really went that deep just to say that thing because this person said they were from this country.
Yeah.
And it's like facts. And it's like, yeah, that's what it is.
I remember one time I was like in the most randomest of places with people I didn't even know. And they're like, yo, it was definitely you. And it's like, this is McCarthyism. And like everybody had to think about it. And somebody Googled it. It's like, that's actually funny. Because like I forgot what McCarthyism is like. Basically, it's like you're just blaming me because I'm the easiest person to blame on, or it's like something like that. And everybody and like I was like, what the fuck kind of roast is that?
It's so specific. See,
wait, I'm gonna.
And
Google
I feel like
now.
everyone is on that same like time.
But I'm also in my head. It's coming up as the manifest destiny, but that's way earlier.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know why I'm like having that mental image of. Have you ever seen the skit where it's the guys dressed as Native Americans?
No.
And the guy is like, I can't get out of my seat, or else the white man will take it and call it manifest destiny.
That sounds about right. Yes. Okay, McCarthyism, a campaign or practice that endorses the use of unfair allegations and investigations. That's what it was. Oh, and he's like, you guys are doing that to me. And he's like, oh.
Damn, poor guy. That's so smart. What a smart thing to say.
He's like, that's McCarthyism. And everybody's like, had to sit there for a minute. Like, what? And somebody Googled it and they're like, facts.
So accurate. Yeah, that's so interesting. Like, oh, you know what? You reminded me of that. Like, I had friends in high school that would be like, instead of saying facts, it'd be like factual statement.
What?
Or they would use like fleshed out sentences or words to say something. Like they'd be like, you know, we wouldn't say like, oh, I'm gonna go get a drink. I'm gonna go get a beverage. And it like,
what kind of school? I went to an all-white.
I went to Hillcrest.
I guess it was one of those things where it's like if you go to it's like the opposite. It's like you go to an all-white school, they try to be hood.
Yeah.
And you go to a hood school and they try to be normal.
Right, but you know what? I don't think it was that actually. I think it was just to be funny, which it was.
It was. Yeah, it sounds
just
like
to say like speaking proper is fucking.
Yo,
funny.
That's facts, my sir.
Yeah, that's facts.
That is a factual belief, my dude.
How about thee, my guy? Like, just it's so like I don't know. It added that extra like flair to the whole. I don't know. High school was a trip when it came to like just people talking.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these things don't sound real, and also it's very. Fuck! It's so aggressive even when it's not trying to be.
Yeah.
When people would talk to each other, and it made me realize that there's also like all these variations for the same thing. Like, if you hear, "You're good," you know, what do you think? You're good as in you good as in are you okay?
Or you want to fight.
You want to fight?
Yes.
Yeah. Or it's all good.
Yeah.
And it transitions to these things, and it all depends on how you say it and
or
where
the
you
context.
use it. Yeah, the context of it. If I'm passing by you and we accidentally bump into each other, and it's like, no, you good.
Yeah.
Or
if you bump into me, same exact scenario, and you're like,
good?
You good?
Yeah.
Be like, yeah.
Or I see you on the street, you good? It's like, it really is like all these separate things that we like separate these.
You remember that year where you could just walk up to somebody and be like, what are those?
Oh my God. How does anyone even forget that? That was such.
You know what's my favorite year?
Meme.
You know what's my favorite year?
What year?
2016.
What happened in 2016?
No, the Killer Clowns.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Everybody forgot about this. It happened for like a month, and then that was it. And I was like, wow, that's so New York. Like, we already forgot about the Killer Clowns. Like a couple days after Halloween. That was
right.
It's like the Killer Wasps 1 month.
Oh, the Killer Wasps.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
after
I
COVID
forgot about
started.
that. Yeah.
The COVID started, and then it was like, now there's a killer
wasp like the size of your hand
in like Seattle and Washington, and everybody forgot.
Yeah, that is so.
I wonder if they're still there.
Maybe they're not. Maybe they're tired and went home.
They're like, yeah, it turns out this place is not as fun as we thought. Bye.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And you know what's funny is like nobody does that to New York. Nobody ever comes to New York and like understands how dirty and how nasty it is, and they're like, nah, I don't want to come back. Everybody's like, yo, I loved it. I was like,
yeah. Tourists have like this very romanticized vision of New York from movies and shit.
Yeah.
And
it's Paris syndrome.
Yeah,
almost Paris syndrome.
Almost Paris syndrome. Yeah. They get here and they're just like, wow. And it's crazy because it's always Times Square that they look at. And it's like,
yes.
Bro, you're just excited to see ads?
Yes.
You're excited to see billboard?
You want to hear the best thing about Times Square? Is the drug dealers.
That are like casually like just saying everything.
So me and Anna, her being the super white girl that she is, we were walking down Times Square. Is my favorite story. We passed the Disney store, right? So they're standing at the Disney store with kids and everything coming in and out, and they're like, "We got weed. They look right at her face, and they're like, "And we got Coke for the white people." I am dying. I'm dying so much. And she's like, it takes her a minute to click. And she's like, wait a minute. She's like, I don't even do coke. Like,
I don't even do weed.
she doesn't do drugs at all. She's straight edge. And it's like, they look right at her like, we got coke for the white people. That's Times Square to me.
That is, oh my God, it's so funny, dude. Times Square is so the filthiest place, I say, by far.
Yes,
out of all New York, it's the dirtiest place, and I hate Times Square with a passion. And I used to be there all the time.
She works in Times Square.
She
works in Times Square. She works right on one of the corners.
Yeah.
And like she has to go through Times Square to get to her office. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I hate it so much.
I hate it for
the
you.
tourists are now coming back again because it's like getting warmer.
Yeah.
I swear, the amount of times some random person has just stopped to take a picture of those
Oh
TVs,
my God,
and
yeah.
I'm just like, it's a TV. You've never seen a TV. It's just outside.
It ruins the whole flow. That's a big thing. For anyone watching this, and if you're a tourist, don't fucking stop in the middle of the sidewalk.
Oh my God!
Step
I hate that.
to the
Get out of my
side.
way. Get out of my way.
Like step to the side.
Or they
Go
stop
into
in
the
the
street
middle
where
of
the
the
cars are.
They take up the whole street.
It's like, I'd prefer you get hit by a car before you disrupt someone like on the sidewalk.
That is the
We're
most
all
New
going
Yorker.
somewhere.
That is the most New Yorker statement. I prefer you get hit by a car.
Honestly,
we don't care.
Yeah.
Like-
I'm trying to get somewhere. If I'm in Times Square, it's not because I want to be there. It's because I have to cut through it. Yeah. It's faster for me for whatever reason. So if you're like a whole family and you're in the way, guaranteed I'm gonna grab your kid by the ankles and throw him in the street. It's just get the fuck out of my way.
The road rage.
That was the most, I'm sorry. Hold on. Can we go back to that statement for a minute?
I
Wait.
completely agree with him. The amount of times, and like these families with like their 8 kids, and I'm like, I'm sorry that you didn't use protection, and now I have to suffer for your choices. Oh, please, get out of the way.
Yeah, no, it's so annoying. I remember, I think the most explosive I've been in a situation like that is I was in Sutphen, and I was getting ready to take I was gonna go down and I was gonna take the E train, and there was a whole family, like they were tourists, obviously, like they were definitely not from there. They were all like white.
What were they doing there?
They were all
That is not
in
the place
front
you
of
want to
the-
be.
Yeah. It's
That is
definitely
not the place you want to be.
Not at all.
In all of Queens.
But dude, no, the worst part about it is like not the fact that they were there. It's the fact that they were blocking the down escalator. Like they were all in front
That's
of
where
it.
you just like push them down the escalator.
I thought about it, and I was sitting there and I was going like, I wasn't even that pissed. I was just like, excuse me. And at some point I was just like, get the fuck out of my way. And they all jumped, turned around, and they just moved. And then I'm like, don't fucking stand in front of the thing. Like, move to the side.
Yeah.
If you guys are planning your trip or doing something, move to the side. Stand next to the drug dealer. He's over there by himself. Keep him company. It's just
Don't stand next to the homeless dude. The drug dealer.
No,
The drug dealer is safer than the homeless dude in New York.
Yeah,
Just so you guys know, for all visitors, drug dealers are safer than the homeless people. For real.
Yeah.
They'll try to sell you stuff, but they won't stab you. The homeless guy, you don't know what he's gonna do.
Yeah,
because he
homeless
will
people
bite
are-
you in the ass just for fun. Literally.
Fun for who? Am I right? Maybe they want that. Maybe you guys are into that. I don't know. I don't judge. No kink shaming here.
Oh, jeez.
It's
I could only imagine. Finally.
yeah.
Sorry, my dog was bothering me with that this whole time. I'm keeping that in. I just hope you know. Just like fling something out of the camera. But yeah,
It's just fuck. You know what? If you're gonna be a tourist and you're gonna come to New York, go see things that are worth, going to.
I mean,
Don't
I guess
just
it's
stick
like
to
it's just
Times
one of those
Square.
things where you have to kind of see it though. It's like if you go to
Yeah.
Paris, you have to see the Eiffel Tower if it's your first time.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I guess, but fuck. It's
Yeah.
because of movies that it's like that.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not something to marvel at. I don't think so. You're just looking at ads.
You know,
You
It
know,
smells so bad.
it smells like
awful.
piss.
And then during the summer, because of the heat and the humidity,
And
it smells
trash,
even
yeah.
worse.
Yeah, that's why it's like we're all thankful when it becomes winter because at least the smell goes.
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
But
Definitely.
it's definitely, I don't know. It's like New York is so dirty, but people love it so much. I mean, like we love it too. Like we love New York.
I would never leave this place.
It's so hard for me to leave New York, and I'm still like suffering. But it's just like you get too many good stories and too much different. You get so much of everything that it makes it like worth it to stay sort of.
You may not get the most positive experiences out of New York, but the positive experiences that you do get are definitely worthwhile. And it's just those small interactions you might have with a stranger, or interactions you have with like a mom and pop shop, restaurants, or anything of that sort. It makes it all worth it.
And it's not every New Yorker is an asshole. Like not every New Yorker. Absolutely. Like some of them are extremely nice and they'll like tell you directions, and then there's other ones that'll be like, fuck off, I don't know where. Yeah,
I'm not buying what you're selling, buddy. And it's I'm not selling anything good. So
I need directions. You know what's funny? New York is a grid. And people get lost. And I'm just like...
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I get lost all the time. I get lost all the time.
Okay, look, downtown,
bro, I get what a grid is. I just don't know the numbers like that. I can't...
It goes in order.
Yeah, exactly. That's my issue with it.
It's in order. 41, 42, 43. How can you not count?
I get that. 100%. Yeah,
what
I get
north?
that.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know what north and south is.
I get 100% what you're saying. I step out the subway and I see 43. My eyesight isn't good enough to look all the way down a city block to be like, well, that's 42. Then that means 41, 40, 39. No, you would have to walk halfway. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You know, it's funny because literally. It's like I actually don't know what north and south is in New York, but I do know which way the streets go, and then that's how I know.
I do not.
So here's the thing: most avenues on the east side of New York are one ways. That's how I remember.
Oh, interesting! Wow. Yeah. What a specific thing.
So if
we got a loser, no.
if I come out on what's a typical station? Lexington and 63rd.
Yeah.
Lexington is always going down. So I know if I see the traffic of cars and I come out on any train station in Lexington and I see which way the cars are moving, and I know this is Lexington, I know that the cars are going towards the smaller number. So it's like if I'm on 63rd, that's 60s, whatever.
Yeah.
And I know that if I walk the opposite way that the cars are going, that's how the numbers are going up.
Wow, I am not in tune with the city like that.
Yeah, that's how like I figured my way around, and that's how I know my way around. Just not even looking at time. Sometimes I just know that I could go this way, I'll be fine because the cars are going that way.
You're like Daredevil, but you can see.
Daredevil. Yeah, and then my ass gets beat by the blind dude.
Right. That's pretty cool. No, I didn't even know any of that. That's very interesting that you say that, but I'm also not going to remember any of that. So, so I'm probably just going to continue getting lost.
Few people that doesn't get lost in New York. I really know New York like the back of my hand. Like the other day in our Twitter chat, they're like, Steven, where's this? Where's this? Where's this? And I could look at the picture. I'm like, okay, I know this is here and I know that is there.
You know what? I do know New York like that though. If you ask me like where B&H is, I can tell you given like I already know the path to that.
Yeah.
And that's like a majority of things like, hey dude, where's Bleecker Street? I know that because I know Soho because I worked there for so long. But if you give me like anywhere from Bryant Park to anywhere, well, no, I worked there on Bryant Park actually, so I know Bryant Park pretty accurately.
You see?
But like, it's not because I remember the streets or anything, like the street numbers. Yeah. It's because I remember what paths I took and what I saw during that.
Basically, that's how I learned most of it. So back in college, where I was a delinquent, I never grew out of that. I'm still a delinquent.
Okay, fair enough. He's holding a gun underneath the table.
Right. I skipped so much of class to just walk all of New York.
Oh shit! Okay.
That's what I did. So during my lunch break, I would like walk all of Central Park. So I know all of Central Park like the back of my hand, and I walked, most of Midtown, most of the Upper East Side, and I get lost on the Upper West Side. But Upper East Side, I know the whole thing like all the way through. I can tell you where if they don't change it, most restaurants are and things like that too. Easy. Yeah.
Damn no.
But that's like
insane.
But that's because I just went to class.
Quote unquote.
Quote unquote.
Quote unquote. I went to class all the time.
I know for people who are listening, I just like did air quotes.
Yeah, air quote, like all the time. Damn, no, I guess I should do that. Maybe I'm not in tune with the city. Maybe I should go
just
there.
Get lost. That's what I do on purpose.
Go there, lick the floor, check the wind, see where it all leads.
I mean, that's, I feel like
the floor has a lot of spices to it. I feel like when people drop food, it adds that extra. Yeah, like
Hep C is delicious.
Train juice. I love my train juice.
Oh, wait, no,
for those who don't know what train juice is, it's my favorite forbidden spice of New York. When you are underneath the 7 line, there are moments where it rains and, the train is dripping water. And sometimes you want to catch that on your food because it adds that extra spiciness to it. You don't know what it could be, but it's spicy.
It's cholera.
If you're lucky. And so I highly recommend it if you ever get a hot dog underneath the tracks. Hold it up in the air, baby. See what happens.
How is it that you got COVID, but that didn't do anything to you?
What do you mean? Exactly. I don't understand the question. I don't know, dude. COVID took my shit out. COVID was fun. COVID was awesome.
But like, But you can drink train juice, but you can't deal with COVID.
Whoa. Don't put train juice in this as if it's a disease. Train juice is a choice. It's a spice. You guys are treating it horribly right now, and I don't respect that. It's just one of those things. I don't know. There's forbidden menus all over New York, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Like the handrails on every train station.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
You lick those, and
I think you could survive anything if you lick those. If you could lick that and survive, you're just immune to everything.
Yeah.
A pandemic, that's light work.
It's crazy.
You are patient zero.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy to think about. Just the handrails, how filthy they are.
Exactly, my point.
And how often they cleaned the train now during the pandemic made me realize how little they cleaned the train before.
I mean, it's still dirty as hell.
No, it is, but the fact that they cleaned it is fine with me now. But it just reminded me, I'm damn, you guys were not doing this 2 years ago.
And we lived in it, and we didn't care.
We did not care.
And it was fine. It was normal. We didn't. It was like,
yeah,
whatever. It's a normal day.
It really was just whatever. And now it's so, when I see it, I'm just like, damn, this shit is filthy.
Yeah.
And I lick my hands after I grab the fucking rail. This is disgusting. Wouldn't have it any other way.
That is the most new. Like, it's so dirty. You're just like, I don't
It is
care.
so dirty. So many things we could be doing right. We just don't. I get out of laziness, out of fucking, out of not caring for anything, you know?
I'm in the city every weekend. I just don't care no more.
Yeah,
I've never
it'd be
cared to
like
begin
that.
with. Even during COVID, I'm just like, you know what? I don't even care if it's clean. Cause
Yeah, because you gotta live. You gotta live, right? If you're too concerned about the idea of something being clean, you're gonna miss out on a lot in New York.
Yeah.
You're gonna miss out on so many things that happen because it's dirty.
The only thing that you'll find clean, you know what's funny? I think the cleanest part of New York is probably like the carts.
The carts,
I feel like they're the most dirtiest thing ever, but I feel like they're cleaner than everything else at the same time. And you know what? What? I tell people at my job this, and this is gonna sound really weird. The best restaurants in New York don't even have the food grade thing.
Yeah, they're like
they
the
don't
one
have
with
the
the
A,
faded
the B, the
menus.
C on the window. If they don't have it, that's how you know the food is good.
Yeah, faded menus, kids running the kitchen.
Yes.
Those are the best ones. Chinese food spot like that.
Yeah.
Those are the best.
You know, there's a Chinese a taco spot like near us, Taco Han.
Yeah.
It's run by Asian people.
Yeah, no. It's I don't like it. It's not that.
It's
good.
fine.
Yeah,
No, but I was gonna say it's like we have the most backwards thing. It's like we have Mexicans working in like high class Italian restaurants. We got Chinese people running taco places. We got like
like one of my favorite Tex-Mex places is like close to my job is Chinese people like in the back. They're really nice and I like the tacos they make actually.
Yeah.
They're really good. Everything else, no.
There was another place called Jane's Eatery. It doesn't exist anymore. They closed. And it's all Asian. No, wait, it's an Asian owner, but the guy in the back is Spanish, Japanese.
Oh, wow.
As Spanish, but I'll tell you
Oh,
what,
wow.
I've never had better tacos in there.
Oh really?
Yeah, but at the same time, those tacos went right through you.
Oh damn.
That
So they
thing,
were
like
good.
White Castle, Burger King, Wendy's does not do anything to me. That shit clears me up.
White Castle doesn't do anything
Nothing.
to you? Interesting.
It does not do anything to me. But those tacos cleared me out. It was great though. They tasted delicious. It was worth it.
It sounds worth
Like
it.
you with the hot sauce. Like you were like, it's worth it.
No, the hot sauce was not worth it. We did that as a
Hot sauce wasn't worth it?
No, we did that as a competition of endurance. We were like, whoever leaves first is a pussy, and that was the
That's the
incentive.
most New Yorker thing. If you leave your pussy.
Yeah, that was the incentive for the whole thing. It wasn't for like it was for the glory. That's about it. You know, toxic masculinity. I guess. Dude, it's disgusting. I can't believe I did that. Horrible time. I'll probably do it again though. If someone,
I'm gonna get you the last dab for Christmas now.
I could do that.
You could probably do. I know people that do it for fun.
Yeah. I'm actually like a fan of hot food
Okay.
because
that's
the
fine.
majority of the
We ordered food medium,
yeah.
and the place that we do for Thai food,
yeah.
I didn't warn you before, but depends on the chef of the day. When you tell them medium, it's really hot.
Okay.
But then the next day is like if you tell them medium, it's nothing.
Interesting. Okay.
So you got to flip a quarter when this food arrives. You have to flip a quarter
That's
and
the
figure out
beauty
what
of
it is.
Yeah. That's the beauty of it. You never really
There's
know.
no
what you're gonna
consistency in this
Right.
thing whatsoever. Where is our food? That's a better question.
get. I'm a fan of the idea of it.
Far, far away.
Right.
The guy who's taking up our food is called Rob Birth.
Rob Birth.
Not Rob Burt. Rob Birth. It
Rob
literally
Birth.
ends in an H. Anyways, New York, how we love you so.
Yeah, food culture events and stuff like that. Now
Yes.
that summer's coming back, actually, you know how they have that in Jackson Heights. They
Everything.
have like that food festival thing, like every other
and
week.
it goes down the street and everything.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
So good. I recommend anyone who comes here.
Smorgasbord is my favorite thing. If you ever get a chance, if you guys ever get a chance, forget Times Square, go to Smorgasbord. I promise you,
dude.
best time of your life.
I wonder if they're going to do the World Market thing that they sometimes do at Chase Stadium.
We got to figure that out.
Oh, the World's Fair thing? Yeah.
We got to do that.
Really
that one is great. Oh my god.
The World's Fair. But
and I know every first Tuesday of the month, I think in what's it called, Flushing Meadow Park, they have like people just selling stuff on carts.
We've been to it. It's not that good.
It's not. I used to love it all.
Queens
Oh no,
Night
not the
Market.
night market, not the night. Oh. I'm talking about people who use like the laundry carts, and they have like food on top of it in the middle of the park.
Oh, dude, those are the best.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to get off at the train station on 74th and Broadway just to get churros from that lady in that cart.
Yeah.
Literally.
She was there today, actually.
You see? You know exactly what I'm talking
absolutely.
about. That lady has the best churros in all of New York, better than any restaurant.
Dude, yeah, people underestimate street food like that.
Yes.
Street food is so fucking good when it's not done legally. It adds so much flavor and so much everything
it's so
to it.
delicious.
There's love in it.
You know what's funny is that like some street food is better than restaurant food here.
Yeah.
And one time, me and Anna went to a restaurant, and it was a restaurant week, so you get a meal for like $40.
Oh yeah.
We went to this restaurant and we had the food. It was decent, and we got the dessert, and the dessert was supposed to be an apple pie. I shit you not. They went to McDonald's and grabbed an apple pie from McDonald's and put it on a plate. I'm being so serious. We got it, and it looks exactly the same. It was like this. She's off camera. She's like off camera doing this, and it's just like. It literally that whipped cream on the side. There you go. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I don't remember the name of the restaurant. I don't want to put them on blast.
That's fucking funny.
But they put a McDonald's apple pie on the plate with the side of whipped cream.
The fuck? That's fucking funny.
Yeah.
I'm glad they did that, actually.
I'm telling you, it's the strangest stories that you'll find in New York, but it's so funny that like you'll never forget it, and that makes me want to stay in New York more because this one gets tortured more than I do, and the things that happened to her, like I said, with the drug dealer, like coke for the white people, this thing that was her apple pie. I like this is why I love going out with her because dumb shit always happens to her, and it's hilarious. Have you not noticed that every single part of the way there's this little story about her?
You're
not
right.
Me.
You're right.
I don't have these stories. It's what happens to her.
I didn't even consider
the pigeons, the mafia, the good feathers. They shit on her face. The drug dealers, they offer her coke and she doesn't do anything.
Oh my god, I didn't.
Nice high class restaurant gave her a McDonald's apple pie.
Oh no.
I don't have stories. She does. I'm just there to witness it.
Wait, did you tell the story about Jeffrey and the pizza?
One time, we went out. Actually, this is not her story for once.
Yes.
So,
I was there, though.
the most New Yorker, one of the top tier New Yorker things that you have to experience when you come to New York, dollar pizza.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dollar pizza is
no longer a dollar.
That is no longer a dollar. Is the most dollar, like is the best thing that you can.
It tastes good because it's cheap.
And it's just cardboard.
Cheap food is so good.
Just it's so cardboard.
But you know what you're doing when you.
You know what you're getting, right? But you know what the level of expectation is so low, but you enjoy it so much for no reason. So one time, me and my cousin and Anna, we all went out to drink in the city. We're gonna meet up with his wife and some other people, and we went to get dollar pizza. This guy out of nowhere with like two girls on his arms walks right into my cousin and drops the pizza on the floor. And my cousin's like, yo, what the fuck? And he's like, you owe me $1. Because my cousin is super calm, right? He's super chill. He's super calm. He's always level-headed. And he's like, yo, you owe me $1. That's it. Like, he didn't even like, he wasn't trying to fight or anything. And he's like, I don't have $1. He's like, well, look, the dollar place is right there. Just see if they take credit card. You owe me one slice. You could buy a pie if you want to. You just owe me one. Anyways, the guy goes, buys the pie, and it's like $20 or whatever. For some reason, it's dollar pizza, but the pie is $20. Because they don't even accept credit card for like a slice. And he comes out mad, pissed as fuck, and he has the whole pie and just starts walking away. My cousin's like, yo, you owe me a slice, and the guy's like, fuck you. And my cousin just goes and pushes him and like makes sure that the pizza in the thing just gets all over the floor.
Oh no!
Basically, out of nowhere, this other guy comes and tries to jump my cousin. The third guy, out of nowhere, has his phone out. He's like, "World Star!" And it was like, Literally, classic New York. Nobody tries to stop the fight. If anything, they're like, "Well, start, like, let's go."
Just start recording.
Yes. Yeah, that's how. And I'm just there, like, fuck.
God, yeah.
Yeah, so that's like.
That's fucking funny.
That is like.
That's fucking funny.
Literally, only New York, New York things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Damn, I want dollar pizza now.
I do too, actually. Dollar pizza hits. So
you ever been to Papaya World or whatever it's called?
Yes.
You ever had fried Oreos from there?
No.
Oh, dude. You ever want to have a good heart attack? Get fried Oreos.
I should say less. I love a good heart attack.
Yeah. No, really. You feel it. You feel the
I
arteries clogging, but it's worth it while you're eating that fried Oreo.
I believe it.
She's like, that's disgusting. I love it.
I remember them, and it's like you feel the cavities forming.
Yeah.
You feel the grease.
That sounds good.
Yeah,
I like
right?
that.
I don't know what it is about New York food. They try to kill you, and you love it.
They try to kill you for so cheap.
For $1.
Yeah.
I think it's like, and the Oreos at the time were like $4 for $1.
Yeah.
I love
it. $4 for $1. Damn.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Right?
Dude, I don't know. Something about cheap food here is so... They again, like I said earlier, they pour their hearts into it.
Yeah.
Whenever they make something super cheap, like in Flushing.
Yeah.
When you go get like anything off of the mom, like just regular like.
Oh my god, the skewers,
pork buns and stuff like that. Oh yeah, the skewers, fish balls, and all that. Amazing, and they're just right there for like $1. Yeah. $1 you get it, and it's like it's a filling meal. Yeah. And people don't get that. People don't understand that. Like for $5, you can leave fat. Yes. You can leave fat out of Flushing or any part of New York. Actually, they have everything in these.
Not spots anymore, but
like. Oh yeah. Well, now it's harder. Yeah.
Yeah. I hope that everybody saw my dog just come right up to like pets. It's like your mom's right there, but yeah, you choose to be in front of paparazzi. But
she's a star.
Yeah, New York isn't everything bad, but it is everything bad, but you enjoy it.
Yeah, I'd say it is a beautiful experience. Being New York, as long as you don't stick to the regular tourist things. Yes. And if you live here, don't
get out of my way.
Get out of my way. But also, do not limit yourself to just your neighborhood. Explore, because there is so much out there. And just in your neighborhood alone, you might find out that there's so much food, so much culture, so many events happening around thing. And I recommend you see that, because a lot of people don't have this opportunity to see the world, or travel the world or anything of that sort. But the closest thing we have is being in New York, where you get to experience other parts of the world right in your home. And I think that's the beauty of it. That's the truest, most beautiful part about New York. We're all here collectively together being assholes, and also giving back to the community as a thing,
Kind of.
And kind of to some degree, but definitely explore, have fun, try your best to be nice.
It's free to walk around. You could really, if you can walk or roll around in one way or another, you can see all of New York, and you can like literally see every single culture ever that you could even imagine, and like meet different people from different parts of the world that you never thought you would meet, and they would come to New York because it is the melting pot. It's always been the melting pot, and it's attractive for everybody.
Absolutely. 100% agree with that.
So you guys got to come by for our friends. We have friends coming.
Yeah,
we have friends coming in June. I'm not excited for them, but I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Because we're going to show them everything. Yeah.
Dude,
I think we're going to give one of them a rat to hug or something.
Absolutely. A rat to take home.
They could fight one of the good feathers.
They can definitely do that.
Until next time, guys, thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, whatever, and this kind of stuff.
Yeah, whatever.
We're going to post something maybe right here from our first podcast so you guys can listen in. Thank you for coming.
Thank you guys for coming. Steven pretty much summed it up perfectly. Later, y'all.